Bryan Rupke, please.
Good evening, council members and fellow Dana Point and Capitol Beach residents. I reside in Capitol Beach. I'm also a United States Marine Corps veteran with 9 years of honorable service. And unfortunately, my infantry experience, please hold. Thank you though, thank you, I appreciate it. Unfortunately, my infantry experience didn't transfer well in today's job market. So I've had to kind of reinvent myself and start all over again. And mind you, I have 2 children and a wife. My wife and I purchased our first home together last year as it's a small duplex in Capitol Beach with the sole intent that we would live in one half and vacation rent the other. It was the only way that we could afford for me to go to school and have a roof over our heads. We spoke with the code enforcement officer, Ted Harris, who told us there was a permit and process in place and for no foreseeable reason why the city would ever ban it. Knowing this, we went ahead and purchased the duplex. We invested all our money we had at that time to fix one side, furnish it, make it ready to vacation rent. This was a risk we were willing to take because we trusted in the city and the permit process that is in place. We have never received one complaint. We screen all our guests, and we have remained in compliance with all the rules set in place for these STRs. We do this because it's our investment, our home, and our community. Now we're at risk of losing everything. I want to know, how is this fair? We wouldn't have even purchased our home nor invested all our money we had if the city didn't have a permit process in place for STRs. At the August 16th council meeting, my wife and I had the pleasure of meeting with Tony Nelson. Surprisingly, Tony approached us and suggested that we ask the council to consider continued allowance for owner-occupied STRs. She heard my wife's testimony at the last meeting and said that she wished more STR owners were like us, and if they were, she wouldn't have an issue with it. That meant a lot, especially coming from Tony, who's expressed concerns against STRs. However, it made me think, and the real problem isn't with STRs in our community, but the management and proper enforcement. I believe a lot of people in our community are misinformed and have a fear of the unknown. Tony told my wife and I that there were 400 to 500 STRs in Dana Point and probably closer to 1,000 when you add the unpermitted ones. I'm going to reiterate some stuff Ted Harris commented tonight, but we had talked to him earlier, and Ted Harris verified and said that there were only 186 permitted STRs in Dana Point, and 140 of which were active. He said any information we get otherwise was incorrect. It's Ted's job to monitor STRs, and I find those that are unpermitted and find those that are unpermitted. I'm confident that he didn't miss 900 of them. Council members, it appears that there's a great deal of fear-mongering going on amongst the residents in our community versus fact-based truths. Please consider the facts. There have been minimal complaints. There are those of us who have worked very hard to purchase our homes and our livelihoods depend on this.